Yo, this is Rick Mahorn, the bad boy, giving a shout out to my man Drew, Detroit Drew. Make sure you tune in on his YouTube channel, Detroit Drew. Bad boy.
Well, I couldn't unmute my mic fast enough, but what is going on, peeps, man? I haven't been live with you guys one-on-one in quite a long time. So here we are, man. We got a lot to talk about. Less time to do it in, but finally got some free time to come on one-on-one and talk to the peeps. I'm sure we'll probably do a post-game show tonight. I don't know about a pre-game show or anything like that, so I'm just here to talk to the peeps, man. If you guys got any questions you want to ask me, just drop them down below, and we'll knock them out of the park, man. I know we got a lot of games going on. We got Red Wings, we got Pistons, we got NFL playoffs today, so it's gonna be a pretty busy day for me. So don't know how long we'll be on here today. Probably no more than an hour at most. We might get out of here a little bit before an hour, but what's going on, Alan? What's going on, Brian? And Brian, we got two Brians in the chat, man. What's going on? What's going on, Gerald, man? What's going on, man? I think personally the Bills-Ravens game, I think that's probably going to be one of the most entertaining games this weekend, to be honest with you. It's going to be close. They match up really, really well. Both teams like to run the ball. A lot of people out there are trying to figure out who's better, Allen or Lamar. There's a lot at stake. I love both teams. I root for both teams. Bills are playing at home, so I'm going to go ahead and give them the edge. But, dude, it's really too close for me to call. We have a Pick'em League. Luke G has a Pick'em League for the football show, and I'm in there. And I spent the most time trying to figure out who the hell I was going to pick. It's going to be a good one, man. I don't care who really wins. Like I said, I like both teams, but it's going to be a crazy game. Crazy game. Thank you, Bravo, for the $1.99. He said, hit that like button, y'all. Yes, be sure to hit that like button. So, like I said, we got playoffs. We got hockey coming back to Detroit, and we got the Pistons playing today. So I'm going to start off with the Sekou Doumboya stuff because a lot of you guys are very upset, and I'm right there with you. I'm a man of the people. There's a reason so many people like to watch what I have to say because I spit facts. And here we go already with the Fire Casey comments. I don't know if we need to go that far yet, but it's on the verge. So many people are turning on Dwayne Casey, and it's because we have seen this before with Dwayne Casey in prior years. Why did Sekou Doumboya not play at all against the Milwaukee Bucks? I personally thought he was hurt. Something. Because you don't play Sekou 0 minutes. But here's what Dwayne Casey had to say. He says that Sekou Doumboya has done nothing wrong, that he's liked everything he's done in practice, the intensity, the preparation, everything in practice, Sekou's done right. He's worked so hard. And Dwayne Casey said he's loved what he's brought to the table. He's also said that they have to find a way to give Sekou some minutes, whether if it's playing more zone. What the hell does that have to do with anything? We play zone a lot. What do you mean we have to play more zone? It's very simple and plain. Blake Griffin's not 100% healthy. Rather, if it's just rust for missing a year of basketball, whatever it is. To continuously play Blake Griffin over 30 minutes each and every single night is unacceptable. I get we want to showcase Blake Griffin's being healthy so that way we can get better trade value for him. But here's the flip side of it. You continue to play at high minutes of Blake Griffin and he doesn't look good. Guess what? No one's going to want to trade for him. His trade value is going to go down worse than what it already is. Why? Sekou is part of this team's future. At least he should be. If Troy Weaver doesn't want it like that, then he's an idiot. Play this man. Play him. I'm not even saying, like I said in my last video, I talked about Sekou. You don't have to play him 30 minutes. 15 to 25. Somewhere in that ballpark, that's all you have to give Sekou. And again, he's not going to come out here and he's not going to go off every single night. Dude's 20 years old. He's only been playing basketball since he was 16. How is Sekou supposed to get better sitting on the bench? He's not. He's not. Show me what player's gotten better by sitting on the bench. Very, very few. The best way for Sekou to actually learn is to be on the court. On the court. Yeah, Blake, he can't dunk anymore. It's sad because I love Blake Griffin, man. Don't ever think I'm trying to diss Blake Griffin. I don't. Blake's one of my favorite players. I was so happy when we got him. I was so happy in 2018 when he got us to the playoffs, went to the All-Star game, was All-NBA. Like, Blake's my boy. But you're going to kill this man playing him that much. And for Sekou not to find any minutes on the court, unacceptable. Unacceptable. Because everyone's always like, well, Josh Jackson playing well. Saddiq Bey playing well. And Jeremy Grant playing out of his mind. That's all well and good. I want to see Jeremy Grant and Sekou out there together. Those two would be a nightmare defensively. Plus, offensively, Jeremy Grant's been balling. You double off of him. Sekou's streaky shooting, but you got to guard him. And if you let Sekou get down low, you're getting put on a poster. Play Grant and Sekou. That is how Sekou will learn. Because right now, what Jeremy Grant's doing is what we want Sekou to do. That's what we want Sekou to become. Sekou has every single ounce of potential to become that, if not better. I don't want to say better because I don't want to be unrealistic. But what Grant's doing right now is what we want Sekou to do. If you have Sekou out there on the court with Grant, seeing what Grant's doing, how he got there, have those two work out together, have Grant be Sekou's mentor, he'll progress and develop at a much faster rate. I'm telling you this right now. Let's look at Spencer Dinwiddie because all Pistons fans keep talking about him. When he got out of Detroit and he played in Chicago, he didn't really play all that great. You know what I'm saying? But he got the minutes. He got the opportunity. He learned from it, and now he's better. I hope he recovers nicely. I hope he can come back and be just as good. But you get my point. He got opportunity somewhere. Christian Wood got his opportunity here. Now look what he became. You have to give the young guys opportunities to learn, to develop. Sitting on the bench is not going to help Sekou. Now, someone like a Saban Lee, when Killian and Derrick Rose was healthy and you have DeLon Wright, okay, you have to send him. They're not ready to be a part of the rotation yet. But Sekou, like, besides Jeremy Grant and Blake Griffin, who really should be getting more minutes over him? Like, at the 4 position. Like, nobody. Because Josh Jackson and Saddiq Bey can play multiple positions. Like, even Sekou can. Just because those guys are playing really well right now doesn't mean it should take away minutes from Sekou. Like, they're totally different players. And I think Saddiq Bey and Sekou would fit nicely together. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys wish we would have been part of that Houston trade. That Houston trade was crazy. Absolutely crazy. I appreciate that. Do give me some likes. I would greatly, greatly appreciate those. It's just so frustrating that we're supposed to have this coach in Dwayne Casey that's supposed to be like a young guy guru, supposed to make these guys better. Since he's came here, like, I just want to know from the young guys we drafted, who has he made better? Because I can't think of anybody. Like, Bruce Brown got a little bit better, but nothing crazy. And he was only here for 2 years before we traded him. We got Christian Wood, but we didn't draft him. We just gave him opportunity. He got better before he got to Detroit. Same thing with Grant and Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson was doing this last year before the league shut down. Jeremy Grant, maybe he's always been this damn good, just never got the opportunity. It's just like when we draft guys, we don't make them better. It's frustrating because, like, I feel like Casey plays favorites because I love Saddiq Bey, but he's pretty much gotten this opportunity since like game 2 or 3. Why? Why is he getting those opportunities, but someone like Stewart, who makes us better all the way around, doesn't get the same opportunities? You know why? It's because we've paid Jeremy Grant and we played Plumlee. He has to play those 2 guys. So I guess maybe Sekou and Stewart don't get as many minutes because of those 2 guys. I don't know. I don't want to go. I don't want to go down that road. Let's see what he says, bro. It's gonna be the same type of shit like when Wood, Doumboya don't sing next contract. What? Dude, I don't know what you're saying, bro. I don't know what you're saying there. I can't read it. Blake being here is not a problem because, like I said, I love Blake. It's just like Blake's good in short minutes. Like you can look at it like against Milwaukee, he actually looked pretty good. He looked solid. And maybe it's just because he's rusty. Like I said, he hasn't played basketball in a year, but you can't be playing him 30 minutes every night, man. You're gonna kill this guy. Well, we're gonna have to wait to find out how good he's looking here in about a month to find out if he's gonna do surgery or if he can come back and play. So really, it's just a waiting game right now. And at this rate, I really don't want to rush him back. There's no sense to re-injure it. If he needs to take the surgery, just do the surgery and come back next year. Yes. Look, Sekou's not perfect, and he is not in the terms of a weightlifter, but his athleticism, his quickness, he is still pretty strong. Even though he needs to get that up a little bit, still deserves playing time. Like it's gonna happen. Like look at Giannis when he came in the league, man. He was a giant twig, and over the years he got bigger and bigger and bigger. Like that's gonna come with the NBA. Once you play in this league, you realize like, yeah, your speed and athleticism could take you so far. You need to get bigger, especially if he wants to be in the paint and dunk on people. He's just gonna have to get better. Dude, DJ, man, Cade, Green, whoever's available, take them. I don't care. If we end up getting the first round or the first overall pick, then we have to have that discussion. But we are the Detroit Pistons. The lottery does us no favors, so take whoever. I like both of them, man. I don't think we can screw this pick up. I think both of those guys are going to be star players in the NBA. Just get one. I don't care. Just get one, man. You know, he'll get better though. I'm not really sweating it. That's not the aspect I'm complaining about Sekou. Sekou's got a lot of work he still needs to do. But right now he's not going to get better game-wise without being on the court, you know. Killian's not a bust, bro. Not yet. You have to play like 5 years before you're a bust. Killian very well could become a bust, but I doubt it. Yeah, Killian at the worst is going to be a good role player. We got him at 7, so I'm not really sweating about it. It's not like we reached for him. It's not like we had like the 4th pick and took him. You know, he was at 7. Like that's right around where he was projected to go anyway. So yeah, and he's the only rebounding present. He's the only paint present we have. So Okafor, Plumlee, they got their own little things they do. But Stewart is a guy that doesn't back down from anybody. Like he went at a back-to-back MVP in Giannis and didn't back down from. Like the guy has no fear. And when you have a player like that on the team, guys want to play with that because he knows that that guy's going to have their back. And Stewart, he just goes hard every time he's out there. Pause. But you know what I mean. Dude, if we would have had Wood and Grant, it'd be a different story. I wish we would have re-signed him instead of Plumlee. Can't believe we didn't want to pay him any more money. And he's been balling out this year too. Although Grant's pretty much got better numbers than him. But if you would have thrown Wood out there too, oh, man. Yeah, right now we are the worst team in the NBA. I never thought that would be coming. I didn't think it would be that bad. I thought we'd at least be competitive, which is kind of weird because all the games we've been in, except for the 2 Milwaukee games, there's the 3 Milwaukee games at this point. I can't even remember. We've played them so much already. We've pretty much hung toe-to-toe with everybody. So if Blake was scoring 10 more points, our record would be completely different. If Blake was healthy, our team morale would be completely different. So that just shows you how much we lean on Blake Griffin. And when Blake's not healthy and when Blake's playing like this, we're going to lose because we rely on his production. It sucks. Yeah, I don't like the fact that he just stands in the 3-point line like Kevin Love. It's not his game. Blake is he can shoot threes now, but he's not strictly a 3-point shooter. Even though he's maybe not 100% healthy, he causes so much havoc still down low on the blocks. Like he's a better passer down there on the blocks. He finds wide open shooters there all the time, and he draws fouls all the time down there. I know it's a lot of beatings down there, and you draw a lot of contact down there, but he needs to spend more time down there. Yeah, that 15 one was Milwaukee, right? Like, we're close. Like, we're hanging in these things. Like, we're not getting blown out. It's just so weird. It depends on what kind of draft pick we get to take that next big step. And it's going to depend, like, this draft. More people were willing to trade first rounders because it's not a deep draft. Next year, there's a lot of good players in there. Like, a lot. So if Troy Weaver can get a couple more first-round draft picks for next year, like, I'll be really impressed. We'll have a really good young team. So we'll see what kind of magic Troy Weaver can do. Like I said, I'm very excited to watch next year's draft already because I just want to see what kind of magic he can work. Even if the lottery hurts us, like I just want to see what kind of magic he can do. Even if you sit Blake, we're still going to lose. Like, that's not the deciding factor because we rely on him so much. So for him not to produce, it's hurting us. Because Sekou starting, he's not going to go and get you 30 points a night. That's not what's going to happen. I just want Sekou to play so that way he can get better and learn. You know, right now Jeremy Grant's been our best player. Never thought I would ever say that when Blake Griffin was on the team or why Derrick Rose is on the team. Grant's been the free agency steal, in my opinion. Him, Christian Wood, those two are going to be talked about all season long about being the most improved player. And really, I think if Josh Jackson didn't get hurt, because now he's kind of out of rhythm, he would have been in the mix too. He's been playing really nice. I think that's what we need to focus on in the later rounds, either in the first or the second next year, is to get it a power forward, a center, something along those lines. Because even though, like, Plumlee, Okafor, Stewart, none of those guys can stretch the floor out. So we don't really have a modern-day big. So that's something that they kind of need to look at going into rather free agency next year, later rounds of the first or early seconds, and just try to find a center that's like a modern-day big. You know, yeah, I'm right there with you. 2025 for Sekou, and we'll be happy. Even if he plays bad, just continue to give him the minutes. We're rebuilding anyway. Like, at this point, what are we playing for? We're playing for the draft. Like, we're tanking already. 11 games in. What are we, 2-9, 11 games in? Worst team in the NBA. What are we doing? Like, if we're that bad, why are we playing Blake that many minutes? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, share the minutes around. Give the rest of the young guys, like Saben Lee. Why the hell is Frank Jackson playing over Saben Lee? Like, did you guys see what Saben Lee tried to do to Brook Lopez the other day? Like, did you guys watch that? Like, he tried to murder that guy. Like, that's a John Morant type thing right there. I would much rather have Saben Lee play than Frank Jackson. And I'm not dogging Frank Jackson. He's okay. But Dwayne Casey loves this guy. Like, every single day I've gone onto Twitter, it's been about Dwayne Casey talking about Frank Jackson. Why the hell is he talking about Frank Jackson like this? Who the hell is Frank Jackson? What has Frank Jackson ever done? I talked about it a little bit earlier, Bravo. I want to see Sekou play with Grant. I think those two, man, brings a lot to the table. Brings a lot to the table. I think those two just fit together. Dude, shout out to Michigan basketball, bro. Juwan Howard's got them boys playing hard. Playing hard. Who did they play? They play Minnesota today, don't they? I think. Like, Michigan, dude, they look good. They're going to be a powerhouse for a very long time. Shit, at this pace, dude, fire Casey and bringing Howard in here, man. He turned them boys over fast. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one, man. They're gonna be scary in a couple years. Like, once they establish this culture and start actually recruiting like good people, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Well, I got a feeling we're probably gonna get another playmaker in next year's draft. Rather if it's Green, Cunningham. One of those two guys. I think that's going to be like our top two targets. We're going to get one of those guys. Hopefully, if the draft lottery doesn't screw us over too bad, There's nothing wrong with that, though. Like, even though if we draft another point guard, I'm not sweating it about Killian because, technically, look at Cleveland right now. Garland and Sexton, like, they were both point guards, but that works. Like, you can have two point guard systems and be just okay. It's not a big deal. Like, as long as they can shoot, like, it's fine. It'll work. But you can't do two centers. Like, when we had Greg Monroe and Andre Drummond, not just Josh Smith, but when we got rid of Josh Smith and had Greg Monroe and Andre Drummond, it don't work. That don't work. Two point guard systems will work just fine. I'm not sweating about it. So if we go ahead and draft another playmaker, I'm cool with that. The more playmakers you have out there, I'm cool with that. As long as they can shoot a little bit, I'm cool with it. I'm not sure who will be available because, coaches always are going to get fired. I know Nate McMullen is probably behind a lot of people's list right now. Obviously, until he's not announcing, I'm saying Mark Jackson. There's some good ones out there. It's always going to be hard to get people out of college. Like, I know Jerry Stackhouse is going to be a pretty popular name amongst a lot of the people here. It's always going to be hard once they establish themselves in college to get them pulled out of college because they make all the money there. That's their team. They're the star of the team. That's what everyone talks about. So I don't know what the free agency pool for coaches is going to look like. But I just really want a guy that's going to play the young fellas right now. I thought Casey would be the guy to help turn this team around, to make us play better. And then once we got to that stage where we got deeper into the playoffs, that they'd fire him because he can never get over the hump, and then bring in the guy that could get us over the hump. But I don't know what's going on with this, man. He's just not playing into the young guys right now. And that's the thing I don't get either, man. You made up a good point. Why is Derrick Rose not starting right now? Like, that's a Dwayne Casey move. Like, let's start DeLon Wright over Derrick Rose. That one doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. And I get you want Derrick Rose to lead that second unit, but why? Well, I guess on the flip side, Derrick Rose and Blake, they don't really fit well with one another. Like, they're both ball dominant. Neither one of them shot the ball extremely well this year. So the floor spacing would be pretty bad. I haven't heard anything official about firing Casey. It's just what we want. And I don't even know if Troy Weaver will do that yet. Troy's only been here for a couple months. For him to fire a coach that fast, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. We got to, if anything, the soonest it will happen is the offseason. And even then, I don't think it's going to because Casey's got, 2 or 3 years left? He's got this one, and I think 2 more after this one, if I'm not mistaken. It might only be 1 more. And then his contract will be up, I think. Don't hold me to that because I don't know. But it's something along that line. They might just wait for his contract to expire and then look at the coaching pool then. Or, if a coach that Troy Weaver really likes becomes available before then that's when you see Casey get fired. Yes, we should be able to beat the Heat, but it could be a trap game. No Jimmy Butler. I think Hero's a game-time decision. We should be able to beat the Heat, but again, I can't say it. I love Nirvana, bro. They're one of my favorites. Yeah, I don't feel like Troy's the kind of guy that would step on people's toes for being so new. I think he's kind of cool, chill, relaxed guy. But you gotta do something, man. You gotta do something about it. How can you cure Casey when he's coaching a weak ass team? What do you mean cure him? Like fire him? Is that your cure? The team's not good anyway, so why play Blake so much? That's my only question. Why is he getting all these opportunities right now when he's not playing good? Like it's diminishing his trade value. Like everyone's like, wow, he can play a lot of minutes, but he looks like ass. So why are we playing him that much? It makes no sense to me. I don't know what you're asking me, man. Sorry. Yeah, I would be fine with Kenny Atkinson. He made Brooklyn turn over pretty fast too. I remember when he got in there, I was like, who the hell is this guy? And then, next thing you know, D'Lo's playing really nice, and Joe Harris became one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. Like, he can coach them pretty well, man. Like, I remember everyone was like, I don't want to play Brooklyn. Like, they were a young, scary team, but injuries kept hurting them, and then they always have to play like someone really good in the playoffs. Could never get over it. So, I do believe Ed Stefanski still holds some influence. I'm not really sure exactly what he's doing right now, but he still hears something, doing something. I don't know if he's making coffee for people. I don't know if he's holding Troy back. I don't know what Ed's doing, but he's still a part of the front office somewhere. Man, I would love to get Chauncey in here somehow. I really feel like that's what this team needs. Someone who knows what Detroit basketball is. And I think Troy knows that because Detroit. Did you like that? I just said that. Detroit Weaver. No, Troy Weaver knows what Detroit basketball is about. Like, listen to this guy when he talks. He knows his history about the Pistons. He understands the culture of the Pistons. Whereas Dwayne Casey doesn't get it as much. Everyone knows about the Bad Boys in the 04 team, but they don't understand how much they meant and what they had to do to get there. Like everyone always thinks like, oh, I'll just go get a bunch of defensive guards or a bunch of 3-point shooters and try to make that happen. It's not going to work. You got to have like camaraderie, like chemistry, like guys who will come together and do the dirty work. Not just one or two guys, like everyone. Like even Isaiah Thomas was the star of the Bad Boys, would do the dirty work. And they had several guys that would come in and do the dirty work. Rick Mahorn, John Sally, Buddha, Bill Lambier, Rick Mahorn. I already say Rick Mahorn, I don't even remember, but like all those guys would come in and do the dirty work. And then Joe Johnson, Mark Aguirre, Zeke, Vinny Johnson come in and get buckets. Like it was just like such like a deep team. Like everyone knew their role and came and played together. I didn't mention Dennis Rodman. Like Dennis Rodman was that guy. Like he was like the janitor. He would come in there and just clean up everything. And then you look at the 04 team, Big Ben, Tayshaun, Sheed, Rip, Chauncey, all those guys just came in and played together. Then you had guys like Lindsey Hunter coming off the bench. Like they just fit. They work together. Like look at that 04 team, man. Like they're still tight today. Like they're boys. Like they're brothers. That's what Joe Dumars and Brown built. They built a family, not just a team, a championship team. That's a brotherhood, bro. Bro, if he gives him 10 minutes, bro, I'm done. I'm done, bro. He's got to play more than 10. Just 15, bro. Just 15 is the bare minimum I'm asking of Casey, man. I can't do any less. 0 minutes is unacceptable. Unacceptable. They do try to make the 04 team a little bit too much. I feel like that's what Stan was trying to do when he was here, but you really can't duplicate it. You can't. Like it's too like rare. Like nothing like that will ever happen again. Like that Miami Heat team, when people started calling that the 04 2.0, whatever the hell they were calling it, like no. And completely different. Like that team was built on defense. Still to this day holds records to holding people under 70 points. And not just bad teams. Watch the finals that year. They held the Lakers, Kobe and Shaq to under 70. It was 70 something. It was under 80. Like, what? Like, that would never even happen today. Like, what's the lowest scoring game you can remember in the last couple of years? It was like 90 to 90, 90 to 80. Like, the 04 team did that, like, daily. It's crazy to think about. No, he's not a modern-day center, but he's a high-energy guy. So I don't know if he'll ever be, like, the guy, but you still need centers like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they still have a place in today's game. Like, Andre Drummond just dropped 30 and 20 the other night. Like, there's still a place for it. But Stewart's defense ability will keep him out there. Like, he's much more. Trust me, he'll be fine. They're more than average, bro. Like, look at it. Like, Killian, perimeter defense was really good. He still has a lot to work on. Saddiq Bey has the most 3-pointers of any rookie in this draft, while LaMelo Ball has every other single category pretty much on lockdown. Saddiq Bey is the best 3-point shooting rookie. Both makes percentage-wise pretty much everything in 3-point shooting. Stewart, just a high-energy guy. We just love his energy, his effort, his mental toughness, his never back down. Not too many rookies would go toe-to-toe with Giannis like that. So mentally, he's not average. Saban Lee is super athletic. Almost ended Brook Lopez's life. Like, they're more than average. Like, these guys have high potential, bro. So if you think they're just average, then you're not watching the games the right way. You're just looking at box scores. So I don't know how I feel about Big Stu shooting threes. Not now. Blake doesn't play defense at all. At all. We really don't have a good veteran center. Bumley fumbling the ball. Okafor, I'm not really sure what he's doing half the time out there. Like, he's got moments where I'm like, okay, just keep feeding him. Like, they can't stop him. And then he just stops. So I don't really know what's going on with him. And Stewart right now, he's not an offensive player at all. So he's just there to set picks, protect the paint, get rebounds right now. So offensively, we're lacking from the center position. Plumlee thinks he's a point guard. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I really can't watch Plumlee anymore, man. Like, it's worse than Thon Maker. Like, to be honest with you. You know, because Thon didn't try to do too much. He was just bad at what he did. Plumlee trying to do way too much. Yeah, that'd be awesome if he could become our version of Kenneth Faried. That's really all I want. I just called him. I called him Jason Maxiell when we drafted him, and everyone was like, "Oh man, he's way higher than that." Well, not really. So I set my expectations fairly well. Yeah, I mean, Sadiq's ready to play right now. Like, I'm not knocking him. Like, play him more. Play him more. He's been balling out. Like, he's not afraid to shoot, even if it's not going to go in. So, all right, I forgot I put a pizza in the oven before I did this stream. So I'm going to go make sure I'm not burning my house down. So make sure you guys do like the video before you head on out. Subscribe if you're new. Go to the description. Subscribe to all the DSA members, man. I'm sure we'll be live again tonight. I'm not sure whose channel will be on. I'm not sure if we'll do it or not. But if NBA trades keep happening the way they did for Harden, then we will be going live more often. So appreciate you guys rocking with me with this Saturday afternoon, man. You guys have a good day. Enjoy the NFL playoffs. Hopefully the Pistons can get a dub tonight. Hopefully Sekou gets more than 0 minutes tonight. And with that, I will catch you in the next one. And that's the bottom line, because Detroit Drew said so. Peace out, guys.